Building AoE or single target nukers with crazy amount of crit damage is awesome, but all ally joint attack is one of the best skills you can use in raid to do crazy amount of damage in just one turn. Whether you're using it for the clan boss, the fire knight to get the shield down, or also arena blender teams is one of the best ways you can do high amount of damage. In this video, I want to take a look at some of the best all ally joint attack champions you can build and use in your teams. Now, despite playing raid and building several champions for different teams, for Doom Tower, for Arena, for Clan Boss and all that, I have never actually built a ally attack champions on this account. So this topic is of great interest to me, and I'm interested in to see what you guys also have to say about your experience with ally attack champions. Now, the best one I'm looking for will be built for my account finally, and you'll see that video dropped. So get your opinions in the comments below if you disagree with me or any of the points I also make here. Since I already have most of the ally attack champions, I'll be pointing them out from my inventory, but the ones I do not have, like Krilla, Witcham and all that, I'll check in the index for that purpose. So let's head right into the video. The first one I want to mention are the epic champions, because those are the ones that a lot of people will have access to, not the legendary ally attack champions. Now, some of the epic champions I found on the list I prepared is Catacomb Counselor. That might be in my vault, therefore I don't want to check it from my inventory. Catacomb Counselor is an undead horde champion and has the ability to command ally attack for all allies to join his attack. That skill, I think, is on the A2. No, it's on the A3. Teams up with 2 random allies to attack a single enemy. This is on a 4-turn cooldown when booked. The allies joining will always use their default skill. The same thing for everybody. So I'm trying to compare these epics or these legendaries based on how many turns their ally attack is for, and if they bring anything else to the battle. So it's not just ally attack. We just want to see what this champion can also do besides this ally attack, because that will determine whether you build him or somebody else, because you don't want to build a champion that just uses this is his main skill and doesn't bring anything else to the battle when you have better options. So personally, I think Catacomb Counselor doesn't bring a lot to the battle. He might be your only ally attack champion. Yes, you can build him, but if you have other options that will be going down this list, make sure you check through the entire list and listen to see if you find better options than the first one I'm reading out right now. So on his A1, I'm seeing if he has something else, is increased attack 25%, and A2 is attacks one enemy 3 times, heals himself by 20% of the damage inflicted. So you can see from his skills, it's not really something that is game changing. The only one that people use him for the most is this ally joint attack. So he's not bringing anything else. The difference you should find about Catacomb Counselor is he will also join this attack. So it's not just the allies, 3 allies going in. He will also join this attack, being the 4th person. So 3 random allies join to attack a single enemy. You can also target which enemy he should attack if you're fighting against a wave also. So that's the first one, an epic champion, easily accessible. If it's your first ally attack champion and your only one you have on your account, he's totally worth building, especially for the arena. I don't think there's any other content people use him for. I've seen him in the clan boss sometimes, so arena, clan boss, he will work perfectly there, because I think his damage is based on, no, he's not the defensive champion, but he does have a good defense. It's not like 600 or 800. This is defense that can be worked on clan boss. So that's Catacomb Counselor on the list. We'll rate him after we're done with the epics. The next epic I want to look at is Fahrakin the Fat. Those are the 2 ally attack champions I have in the epic category, and Lady Etessa is there, but we're not talking about those ones. I will only talk about ally attack champions that are worth building. I will not mention Rare, I will not mention Hyra and all those, Astrolon, Cadiel. Those ones are conditional ally attack champions. They don't do more. Maybe their ally attack is on their passive, or it's conditional, and so on. So we're only concerned about ally attack champions that are worth building for you. Astrolon is from the Barbarian faction, and Fahrakin. Fahrakin is in the Barbarian faction, and he's so far the one that is most recent in the game and is currently creating a buzz. So while ally attack has been in the game for a year or two or more, a longer time, a lot of champions already have ally attack. He came in and everybody rushed to him. A lot of players who already have ally attack champions also built a Fahrakin the Fat, and we'll see why. His ally attack skill is on his A3. It's on a 6-turn cooldown, but when booked, it comes down to a 4-turn cooldown, just like Catacomb Counselor. So their ally attack skill is on a 4-turn cooldown, both of them, in case you need it to be used again in battle, especially against bosses. You should take note of that also. 4-turn cooldown ally attack. What makes him special is that he places an increased crit rate and increased crit damage by 30% before all allies can join the attack. So he boosts their crit rate, he boosts their crit damage, and then they all join the attack. What makes him not so cool is that he doesn't join the attack, and that's the downside of this champion, Fahrakin the Fat. So that's the thing you need to know about him, that this crit damage and crit rate is what people use him the most for. And personally, I found it weird that he wasn't joining the attack, but I guess you can't eat your cake and have it. You can't be doing all these buffs and still joining the attack. It's to just be too broken. And when we get to the legendaries, you will see them all joining the attack. He is the only champion I've seen so far in ally attack that doesn't join the attack. All right, for the epics, so far the verdict can be clear that Fahrakin the Fat will be winning against Catacomb Counselor if you have both of them. But what is so special about him now is what else he's bringing to the battle. Like I said, it's not all about the ally attack, it's what else can they bring to the battle. And I don't care much about his passive that reduces the damage he's taking and spreads it across, but his main thing is this HP burn and 5% poison. That is a skill that we usually bring somebody else to do, decrease defense and poisons, but Fahrakin the Fat also has it right there ready to go, which makes him very, very viable for the clan boss. He brings a lot. So that's ally attack, decrease defense, and poisons. 2 poisons. So it's not like just 1 poison, it's actually 2 poisons on a 3-turn cooldown, which is the normal rate that this skill is supposed to be on. So decrease defense, HP burn, and 2 poisons is awesome, all in one champion. That's why a lot of people use him in the game. So far he's winning against the epics, but when we get to the end, we'll compare if Fahrakin the Fat is better than the legendaries we're also going to call out in this episode. All right, the next champion in terms of legendaries, because those are the 2 epics that is available, legendaries is Longbeard. Longbeard belongs to the Skinwalkers faction, and let's see what he brings to the battle in ally attack. He's a champion I have, but I've not really used him or built teams around him. But I'm hoping by the end of this video, I'll settle on one and decide on which one to build, because when you have all of them, you can't really decide which is best. So hopefully you guys can help me decide. His ally attack skill is on his A3, attacks one enemy with 4 allies. Did you take note of that? 4 allies. So far, the epics we've seen, allies joining the battles is with 3 allies. So let's say you have a clan boss battle, right, that uses 5 allies. All the other epics will join the battle with 3. That means there are 2 champions who will not join the battle, including Fahrakin the Fat. In Longbeard cases, 4 allies will join the battle. That means everybody is joining the battle, including him. So that's the entire team will go in for that hit. So that's what thing that makes him special. And then increases the damage inflicted by 20%. I'm not quite clear how he's increasing the damage, whether it's their overall damage that they're supposed to hit and then he adds 20%, or it's just his attack, or it's their defense. It's kind of complicated, but maybe people who know can say it in the comments. His damage increase 20% deals an additional damage, which makes him totally worth building, and is one of the best ones we see all the time in the arena. So whether you're using it for clan boss or the arena, he does so much. So there's nobody that will build this, that will get this champion and not use him for that purpose. So right now, from the verdict so far, is either Fahrakin or Longbeard. Fahrakin or Longbeard. By the end of this video, we'll decide which is the best, or let's see if there's any other legendary that will go against this one and supersede it. The main reason why I'm leaning towards these 2 champions is because their ability to increase the damage that your team is dealing. He increase the damage by 20%, while Fahrakin the Fat increases crit damage by 30%. So take note of those two skills right there. What else does it bring to the battle? Nothing. There is nothing else it really brings to battle. There's a weaken over here, and there's ignore shield and ignore block damage. A lot of people build, if you build enough damage on him, he might be able to still do some stuff here. But the main thing people build him for is to be fast enough to do this and survive a little bit, I guess. They really don't focus on damage on him. But this is a champion you can pump in damage on. I mean, crit damage, crit rate, because you really don't need him to do anything. He's not doing anything else. You don't even need accuracy for this weaken, I don't think. Except you're using him solely for the clan boss, then he becomes your weaken champion, I guess, with ally joint attack. He's an awesome one. OG in the game is not new. A lot of people know him already. So let's see if you decide to build him. Alright, Krilla is the next one. Krilla belongs to the Ox faction. I don't have this champion. She was part of a fusion, which I missed by a few points, I guess. And she's still in my fragments there looking at me. I've still not been able to fuse her finally. Krilla, where is she? She is not just an ally joint attack champion. She does a lot of damage. She brings a lot of stings to the battle also. I think her ally attack is on her A2. The difference is she doesn't target one particular enemy to, go against. She does her ally attack randomly. So if it's a wave battle, she doesn't just point one enemy and go. It's a random attack. But against bosses, since it's just one boss, she will attack that boss. So that's, a lot of people don't use her when you have multiple enemies. When you want to just target one boss, she might go attack the wrong one with the ally attack. So all allies joining the attack will always use their default skills, yes, but she teams up with 3 random allies. Now what she's good for is that her all ally join attack is on a 3-turn cooldown. You find out that so far all the other ones we've read out, including Longbeard, was on a 4-turn cooldown, while Krilla is on a 3-turn cooldown, which gives her enough time to turn around again and use it again and again in battle. So that's why a lot of people use her for the Doom Tower bosses especially. So that's what should be noted about her. Her ally attack is on a 3-turn cooldown, even if it's on a random enemy. It's still 3 enemies that join though, so also take note of that. Personally, I don't see her as that special, except you don't have an increased attack champion or you're looking to build less crit rate on your champions. But that increased attack is awesome to bring into the battle, especially if you're bringing in all damage dealers and you don't want to bring in an extra arbiter or something that doesn't do much damage. She fills in that role of an increased attack champion. So that's one thing to note about her. Lanarkis, the chosen, is from the Dark Elves, which is the last one we're going to mention here before we decide on our verdict amongst which one is the best ally attack champion in Raid Shadow Legends. It's a recent pull for me. It's a recent one I got, I think, in the last shard pull video for what do you call it now? Secret shards. That's when I pulled this champion. So she looks like the arbiter and all that, nicely built, a legendary champion, and it's not that easy to get. You don't see her around a lot. She's best known for her role in the arena. Teams up with 3 random allies to attack a single enemy. It's on a 4-turn cooldown just like the other ones. The allies joining the attack will use their default skills, yes, but she's bringing something extra now. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%. So remember, we're all going in for ally attack, but then because we went in for ally attack, our turn meters gets filled in. So a lot of the times why she's used for arena is because she's seen as a speed booster. So remember, normally you need an arbiter or somebody to boost your speed so your allies can take their turn, decrease defense can be placed, and everybody can go in for the nuke. But when you have this champion, she becomes your speed booster. She doesn't have an aura to use as the speed lead, yes, but you don't need somebody like what's his name that places increased attack and defense. Seeker, High Cartoon, you know those champions that do that speed boosting, Apothecary, those champions that do that boosting for you. Her ally attack does the boosting also, so the other teams, your allies can also take their own turn. So during her turn, she boosts the autometer of everybody that by 30%. That is a huge skill right there. So you see a lot of people pair with an arbiter or that does increase attack, because you need that increased attack before everybody can go in, I guess. So she's usually paired with an arbiter a lot, because once she takes her turn, it's over for the enemies. So increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. This is not that awesome, except you're using her against Doom Tower, where you have a lot of buffs on yourself and you want to increase it for an additional 1 turn. So that's where I think this will come in handy, but I don't see it so special. So what else can she bring into the battle besides that ally attack that is for 4 turns? Let's see if she brings in anything special. Increased crit rate buff and increased crit attack. Increased attack buff on all allies. That's what she does. So if you don't want to bring in an arbiter or anybody to do the increased attack, she can do it. But the thing about this is that you don't go in with this skill first before you do your ally attack. Everybody knows that if you have an ally attack skill, it's the first one you use in battle. You don't say, oh wait, let me buff my team first and then my next turn I'll use my ally attack skill. No, it's not done. So I don't think this one is that special, except you are against some enemies in the PvE content. But for PvP, everybody goes in with their ally attack skill first. It doesn't even matter if you have increased attack, if you have decreased defense out there. No, they don't wait for that. They're going with this skill fast enough. Alright, that's Lanakis the Chosen. I currently have this champion already maxed to 60, but I've not yet built any of them yet. So that's the last one I have on my list. Remember, the first one we went to is Catacomb Counselor, Fahrakin the Fat is the second, Longbeard, Krilla, and Lanakis. So out of these epics and legendaries that I've called out for ally attacks skill in Raid Shadow Legends, which one do you think is the best? Personally, I'm leaning towards the best 2, which is Fahrakin the Fat and Longbeard. Fahrakin the Fat and Longbeard. For which purpose? Whether it's for what do you call it now, for clan boss or for arena, because I'm looking to build a blender team, and I think they both serve that purpose best for that increased attack they do, more damage, increased attack, increased crit rate, because when you have them in your team, you just do an additional damage and your enemies in the arena will not survive when these champions take a turn. That's what I think. That's why I'm leaning towards both of them. Lanakis the Chosen and Krilla are awesome also. Catacomb Counselor, if they are the only ones you have, any of these ones that you have as this single one, you have no choice but to build them and use them. But I have all of them except Krilla. So I have all of them except Krilla. So which one will I build and use, which you'll see in a video soon? I think I'm leaning towards Longbeard because he's a legendary champion. I don't like the fact that Fahrakin the Fat does not join the battle, and I will not build my champions with 70% crit rate because of Fahrakin is on my team. I will always go for 100% crit rate because I will use them for something else that doesn't require Fahrakin to be on the team. So if you know that some champions, some damage dealers will always be with Fahrakin, especially for the arena, then you can boldly build them with 70% crit rate. But personally, I will always build my champions with 100% crit rate. That 30% doesn't really sway my damage that I will do. So that's what I think about Fahrakin and Longbeard. I feel like Longbeard will do a lot of damage more. One day I have both of them built. I'll do a damage test and find out which of them does the most damage for against enemies. So maybe in the future we'll come to that test and do it, so you guys can decide on your own too. Let me know in the comments below which one you think is the best among them. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next Raid Shadow Legends video. Later guys.